Well, Anthony, a glorious night here in Peterlee, ready for the training session. Is it something you have to take into consideration when the weather is this hot, what you're going to do with the lads?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think it makes it easier the fact that it's a Thursday night, so the intensity is never as high in terms of pre-match and stuff like that, but not really, no. You see countless teams going abroad, places like La Manga, etc., to do warm weather training. We get a bit of warm weather and they want to start cancelling sessions. It's bizarre. So, and I think, to be honest, I think lads prefer the better weather, you know, than the freezing cold sideways wind which we got welcome to at Spennymoor when we took the job in December, because it's a cold old place. So, you know, I'm not going to complain while we're up in the north east and the sun's shining. I'll be honest with you, it's been lovely.
Something to take into account is obviously the fitness levels on Saturday, because it is going to be a scorcher again at the weekend. Drinks breaks probably introduced for the lads, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's common sense. You know, it's like, as you say, it's going to be warm. From our point of view, in terms of fitness levels, everyone's seen what we've done. I tried to explain in interviews of why some performances in pre-season will look the way they do because of the work we do 36 hours before a game, which we wouldn't do during the season. But from a conditioning point of view, we looked absolutely incredible last Saturday, and that's against a full-time side, or a side that trains during the day. Lads that just focus purely on the football sides. And it sounds like you're giving mitigating reasons, so I can do this, the fact that we've not lost, it's not an excuse, but the fact that we've travelled down there at lunchtime on Friday, alright, it's great that we stayed overnight and stuff, but then another hour and a half to get there on Saturday, the heat, full-time side, the condition that the lads have been in, turning up to pre-season as well, by the way, has been absolutely incredible. You know, the probably the fittest group that we've ever come across in terms of standards and looking after themselves. That's every single one of them, and that was always going to help us at the back end of the game, because even at the last 20 minutes we absolutely bombarded them, but it wasn't a case of kick it and rush. It was methodical. There was a lot of cohesion to the play, and it was a really good performance. But in terms of touching on what you've just said in terms of fitness levels, really pleased.
And obviously a result like that, the way the lads showed character, the way they worked for each other, it makes for a bubbly atmosphere when they get together, I guess.
Yeah, it makes, of course it does. Yeah, winning or playing well and drawing creates an atmosphere, as you said, that allows everyone to be happy and smiles on their faces. When you lose, there's a lot of trepidation, I think, in coming to training and wondering what that might feel like during the week, especially if one or two lads haven't performed at the levels they expect to. So it's about boosting morale then and making sure everyone believes in what we're still doing. But when you put a good performance in, because I know the gaffer said it in his interview after the game, in terms of probably the best performances we've been at. It was the most enjoyable by a mile for me. I absolutely loved it. For a team to play away from home that far and create the chances we did on the front foot was so pleasing. And as you say, it helps waking up the day after. It helps in terms of training and getting together with the lads, because everyone's got the same mindset of can't wait for the next game. And
absolutely, that is the case, isn't it? The home fans will be delighted. They've got 2 home games to look forward to now, and it's a chance to really build on what we did last week.
Yeah, I know it's cliche, but you know, we talk about being a good point away from home, but it's only a good point if we then go and get the right results over the next 2 games, and put yourselves in a position where you feel you should be, but feel like you've deserved. Because you never come into a game, whenever I have a conversation where I go, this is a nice easy game. They're all tough games. It's the level of football that we're at. I think it'll be the most open league it's ever been before. I think the more points you get on the board early doors, set a marker, put a marker down for the opposition to look at and go, okay, what are these doing differently here? Because you're automatically putting teams on the back foot then. So it's important that we get a good start, and the fact that we've done the away game but we've got a double header, I think should suit us.
And the way you talked about it before in other interviews, but the pitch helps obviously at the ground in terms of the way we want to try and play and try and entertain and get on the front foot.
Yeah, but listen, I've been to Spennymoor 4 or 5 years ago and used to come to Spennymoor and go, what are we doing here? The pitch, the hill, the slope, and you thought, the weather, one of the hardest places to come to. But the opposition will come now and go, we want to play on this as well, by the way. So that's where it's really important. Supporters played a part in terms of supporting the boys, but from our point of view, the pitch is absolutely incredible. It's Premier League standard. We've just got to ensure that everything we do on the training ground is replicated on the Saturday, and we're not flat track bullies just doing it on the Thursday night when there's no opposition. We've got to do that when the pressure's on. We've got to take risks, and we've got the most important thing, as I said before, is we've got to be exciting and enjoyable to watch, because that's what the paying customer wants to see. And the ground, the pitch is set up for us to do all that type of stuff. So I can't wait. Really looking forward to it.